Welcome Wayfinders to yet another preparation video right before the early access launch of the game. It's Haz here, and in this one I'll talk about recommending to be careful or mindful as you get into the game concerning your character choice, and also give a rough estimate based on all the public information we have on what kind of grind you can expect if you're interested in playing other Wayfinders than the starting 3 and you don't want to invest into more expensive Founders Pack to unlock them immediately. So the tip the video is about is to be very careful about which Wayfinder you choose at the beginning of the game. I know, duh, everyone knows this, but I'd like to stress the importance of it as the community manager Alex Campbell has also said multiple times to be careful about it, as you will be stuck with your initial character for a while, and in my opinion then, that will greatly affect your enjoyability of Wayfinder and how your first impressions are gonna be. Of course, there are already dozens of videos introducing all the characters online, including on my channel, so doing some research on them should be no problem, but the good news is that they also reassured everyone that in the tutorial you will be able to switch between the 3 characters as long as you want to and get a good feeling which one you like the most. So if you're a player who prefers first-hand experience, then you will have the opportunity and there's no need to worry. So then the second part of this video, just how long do you have to wait until you unlock the next character in Wayfinder? There's no exact information on this topic, but we do have countless resources already that was publicly shared and known, and if we piece all of them together like a puzzle, we can kinda get a good picture on what to expect, which I'll try to showcase. Now keep in mind these are all beta footages from earlier in the game and things could have and likely changed. For the better or worse, we do not know, but don't take anything I say here for granted. It's an educated guess and just think of it as a theory crafting video if you like. So thanks to Realm Space Gaming releasing a beta video yesterday, we could have a glimpse at the requirements and what is needed to summon or craft down a new Wayfinder, and if you've ever played Warframe, it is very similar. You have to buy a blueprint for them, which just seems like a standard gold requirement, and then you have to craft down 3 unique crafting components needed to then combine into one, resulting in summoning a new Wayfinder you can use. It has already been confirmed through multiple interviews that the ingredients required here will be gathered from dungeons and bosses as expected, and luckily there's enough footage from the developers and other creators out there that we can make our research on the exact requirements. As you can see on these pictures, each of these components require 4 different materials, mostly memory fragments, different versions of spectra, a special material you need 15 of, and then another special material you need 3 of. I originally wanted to go into a very detailed explanation and guide through my findings, which I realized would be incredibly boring to listen to, so the short version is that some of these materials you will be able to passively grind by just playing the game, like money or memory fragments, or even those spectra that you get from random enemies according to the footages we have. But there will also be those special ingredients called the Trickster Coins or Gems of Everest that you need 15 of each for your components, and both of these ingredients, for example, have been mentioned and even shown on developer diaries that they are random drops from certain dungeon modifiers or special events, like meeting the Trickster in a dungeon for a minigame, or killing a loot goblin to get a Gem of Everest, which are said to be random encounters. Then we also have the specific Wayfinder materials that are heavily hinting towards getting them from dungeon completion chests or bosses as loot, especially considering we now know the source of all the other materials shown, and these can usually have quite a lot of randomness to grinding them, but since so many things in the game are inspired by Warframe, I use a 30% chance to drop on these for my calculations. So with that said, as the game will launch and we're all going to be playing with low-level brand new accounts, my estimate is that we won't be really crafting down our first Wayfinder for at least a good 20 to 25 hours of pure gameplay, but again, take it with a grain of salt for now. This estimate is based on having to do multiple different types of dungeons and dungeon mutators, 10 minutes each to get the different materials, the numerous attempts to trying to farm bosses, but you also have to consider that we'll all be new to the game, there will be story progression and missions we are forced to do, you will be spending your money and experience fragments to level yourself up to become stronger and be able to do these, and not to mention we actually have to find out where these materials will drop from, so there's a level of uncertainty of where to even start. Of course, as the game will go on and the community also becomes higher level or more experienced, this grind will be considerably shorter depending on the random loot chances, so this is specifically an example for the launch, and with the aim to give a friendly reminder to not shrug off your initial character choice, as you will be really stuck with it for a very long time and could sour your experience if you don't research a little bit. But that is it for this video, everyone. I will be releasing tons of guides on launch that will help you get into Wayfinder, so subscribe if you want to stay tuned for them. But the launch is almost here, super excited for it, and I'll be covering everything as I'll find out more. But for now, that's a wrap. Take care, you all, and I'll see you next time.